Yo, what's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I am Antoine.
And I am still James.
And we're here to bring you an epic podcast today. We are keeping up on our reviews. We are reviewing Fargo. We got two season finales.
Yes, 2 season finales.
Got Fargo, last episode, episode 11. And we got The Undoing, and we got a movie review and a trailer reaction. Can't wait to that.
Y'all don't want to miss this.
And but before we do any of that, we got something called a intro. All right, we have returned, and we'll be starting with oops, I got. Sorry about that.
Minor technical difficulties.
All right, so we have returned, and we'll be starting with our review on Fargo, episode 11, season 2, episode 11. This is the final episode. This is the final episode of the season finale. And first off, what did you think about this episode on the whole?
You know, it ended the only way it could have. Which
it could have ended differently.
It could have ended differently. I'm not gonna say it ended the only way it could have, but like, it ended as, from what I understand, as Fargo as it could have.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it didn't to me end like Fargo because it was just a wrap up. It just like all the story places that they could go. They just kind of like went there and finished them up. You know what I'm saying? They didn't.
Did it feel anticlimactic to you?
A little bit because it didn't give me that. I wasn't expecting this one. You know,
Yeah.
it just basically just closed all the storylines up.
Because I know
it wasn't bad though,
right? But because I know as I was watching it, I was sitting there, I was like, okay, this is about where this person's gonna like get the brunt of this thing they never wrapped up. Mm-hmm. Yep. Here's how this person's gonna get it for not doing this or for doing this. Yep. And so it's like, it feels like everything that we would have said, oh, you know how that's gonna come back on so and so. That's how this episode went.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's kind of predictable, and it was kind of like, I was kind of expecting, something that was going to make me say, whoa, I didn't see that, but whatever.
Nah.
So let's talk about the actual episode. So where we left off at, what was Josto last day? Okay, Gitano shot himself.
Gitano shot himself,
and Josto
threw up, got in the car, and ripped off.
So where the syndicate's at, Happy, which was a guy that Cannon brought in from out of town, was going to betray him and give leadership to Leon.
Happy's cousin.
His cousin, Leon Biddle. And okay, Olieta went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Ethelrita and the Smutneys was agreed to get their funeral home back. Well, Lloyd made a agreement with Ethelrita. If he win this war, he's going to give them their funeral home back. And what other storyline?
Satchel.
Okay, yeah. Satchel was, last time we saw him, he was just walking.
Yeah.
We didn't know exactly where he was going because they didn't show him go to a bus station because he was in Kansas. So maybe he may have been like 5 hours away from home or whatever.
Probably something like
that.
So
that's where I'm getting at, because what they had that end up being made me say, nah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically, they had to do walk home from Kansas. And I'm like, nah. Maybe they should show him go to a bus station, buy a bus
Something.
ticket. You know, I'd have been like, okay, cool. And then the next scene, I mean, later on, you saw him at home. All right, cool. He can walk from the bus station, but you didn't walk from another state to another state. You know,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. It that don't fly.
A 10-year-old boy. Okay, so
Hey, but he had a dog and a gun.
yeah, what happened to the dog? We'll talk about that. So anyway, okay. So basically, we start off with Chitano and not Chitano. I'm sorry, Justo. Justo is, man, that camera. I don't know why they keep doing it. So anyway, Justo is basically gonna try to close up a couple of his little loose ends, where he grabbed the doctor and he grabbed the senator.
Yeah, the
alderman.
alderman.
He grabs the alderman that, you know, basically got people that betrayed him. And I was wondering where this come from. Like, why you think he just said fuck it and just did this?
I think he knows that his days are numbered because, like we said last time, there's no good explanation for why Gaetano's dead.
Yeah.
Like, one, you ain't going to convince him that, you know, Otis managed to take him out.
Yeah.
And you
Jumpy Otis.
Jumpy Otis. You definitely ain't about to convince him he fell. He
On his own gun.
He tripped on his own gun. No, really. Guys, why does no one believe me? It's like, you're never going to convince him of that. So, like, he's like, well, look, before I go, I got some business.
Yeah. See, and I was thinking he was on that level, but like he was basically like, I'm gonna take care of this business, and I'm gonna get. I thought he bailed at the. I keep going. Olietta out, and was like, look, man, we just gonna disappear together. You know, I kind of thought he was on that. You know, but that's kind of not really was. So he got the doctor. He put the doctor and the alderman in the car and just shot him up, and that was kind of cool. I feel like more than I feel like, dang, that's more than I thought Justo was capable of. So I mean, give him that.
He stepped up at the end there, you know.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene too, like a weird scene considering how he's been for the entirety of this show.
Yeah, I mean, but his balls just dropped, right?
Pretty much. Like, you know what? Fine. Screw them all.
Right.
You know.
And actually did it himself.
Yeah.
Opposed to getting somebody else to do it. This is the first time you saw him do something himself.
Yeah.
So I give him that. So cool. But we know this character is not gonna last that long. So at least they gave him a moment to be a man before he and it's kind of messed up that, you know, what he did, but you know, he was a man because he took care of it himself. He never used to do that.
There's also, like, and I don't know how intentional this was on the part of the writers, but it's like, this is kind of like the first time you can finally, like, kind of ride with Justo because, like, he's finally coming into his own and doing his business his way. Mm-hmm. Everything else has been him trying to convince people, no, I'm the boss. Mm-hmm. I say what goes, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to tell you I'm the boss. Yeah. I'm a boss. I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Right. And usually he'll just, like I said, I want this person there. I want that person there. Her take care of this, take care of that. You know. Yeah. So this time he did itself. So, okay. And as we said, Olietta's in jail. She had got bail. And I was wondering, like, did they even give her bail yet? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
It feels like it would have been too soon for her to have, like a bail hearing.
Yeah, but this is a corrupt town.
Yeah. Where
they could have just talked to the police like, hey, we need her. And,
pretty much.
You know, you just give her a bail and we'll take care of it from there or whatever.
Yeah.
You know. So she got bail and she was like, who bailed me out? You know. I thought that was Justo.
Yeah.
And I thought he was like, hey, you know, let's just run away together. You know, I thought that's what he was on. Because that's what it looked like.
That's what I was expecting. You know, granted, the next scene, they pretty much illustrate, like, nah, Justo ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah. So, okay, I guess, Lloyd meets with Abel. Is his name? How'd you say his name?
Abel.
Yeah, Abel.
I think.
Yeah. The consigliere for the fathers or the Italians. Lloyd's meeting with him. So we was kind of wondering, how is he going to present this and let them know that, you know, I got this ring and, you know, this person did it, you know, And I don't think that wasn't really handled in a clever way,
no,
you know?
No. Pretty much what he did was, and this is something I really didn't like about this episode. Basically, what he did was like, hey, look, this has gone too far. I can't hang. So look, tell you what, here's your boy. Here's your ring. Here's why the ring was not in, got lost. Here's why your boss is dead. All that, and the other thing.
Yeah.
Just leave me out of it, and we can go back to business as usual.
Right.
Is that okay?
Right.
And the answer, which was the only smart answer, was, we'll get back to you.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Like
but he told him, get your house in order, and then we'll get back to business.
Yeah.
So that's basically telling you, I know who killed Don Fargo, and, that's, I mean, I just don't know how he made the evidence fit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where here's his ring. Like, how you get it? Did he even tell him?
We don't know. And this is my problem is like, in as much as like there's no good excuse for how Josto's situation ended the way it did, like he has no excuse to give about why Gaetano's dead, right?
Yeah.
There's
I guess I do know why they know that Josto did it.
I'm just saying it's like between like before they knew to go after Alietta, they only knew about Alietta because of the ring.
Right. So Lloyd told Abel that Olietta killed him. There was his nurse, and she took his
Josto's
ring.
in on it.
Well, but no, I don't think he did. Because now I come think about it, once they got Olietta, she told him,
Right.
Josto told me to do it. That's why. Because they basically said, why you killed the boss? And she was like, oh, Josto told me to do it.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, you're right. I mean, again, I do take a little bit of offense with like just, this crazy chick that you got to kill your dad, she told us all about it. So we all know she's crazy, right?
Right. And that's kind of the sad part because I feel like, for real, I mean, we all know Josto really didn't tell her to do that.
Right.
But I'm feeling like, damn, at one time, I'm really kind of on Josto's side because she just crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you listen to her, she nuts.
Clearly nuts.
But this
like
works for what he was already planning, though.
And that's the thing. It's like he was sick of like all this family business anyways. So the family business was done. That was over, one way or the other.
So he wanted to make it like, he basically wanted to make his syndicate into like a big corporation, a big nationwide corporation, not just a little local thing where they was kind of just a local thing. He was like, no, I want to, I mean, I could tell he had big plans or whatever, and he needed the families out of the way anyway. So this all played.
Well also because the way things had been run allowed the situation to get out of hand the way it did. It was this family versus this family. Mm-hmm. And so there is no like, you don't just get to bury the hatchet when it's family versus family.
Yeah.
That stuff becomes deeply personal. When it's just business though, my company, your company, let's move some assets around, let's find a deal that works for both parties, and we're good. And so he's like, look, this family stuff, y'all taking this stuff personal, is bad for business.
Yeah, which you can't expand it when you just got, it's like nepotism in any business, man. It's certain people shouldn't be in charge because they related, they get to run stuff and they run stuff into the ground. So I understand how he felt or whatever. So, this all worked to his plan. They kind of set it up like how they did in the beginning where they got the whole syndicate at the little meeting place. And it's funny how they did it. This guy, I don't know why Josto's like sleeping. He always say he got to take a piss. You notice that? I noticed that like in every episode, like, I got to take a piss. Where usually it's like a normal thing, but he said so much. I was wondering, was that going to lead to something? Right. Well, I was just wondering, was that going to like lead to something? Like, did he have some kind of, a medical condition or something? But every time, because he tried to say that when they was like,
you know what? I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, he tried to walk off and take a piss or whatever. But no, they basically confronted him. The whole family or the whole syndicate confronted him with this evidence, and they had Olietta. Her crazy as I swear to God, she don't know what's going on. Like I'm just saying, like she don't know. Does she know that she about to get killed?
Probably.
Or does she think if I just corroborate, I'm cool?
I think like one way or the other.
She was just so upbeat about it.
She's just she's just so happy to be here, don't you know? Like her whole energy in that scene is like first I thought she was just high.
she seemed a little high, but I don't think she was. She just kind of like when they was like, they was like, yeah, we know she killed him, and you told her to do it. She like, that's what she said. That's what they kind of looking at like that. He's like, she crazy. It's like, why would you listen to her?
It's like, and even as she's explaining, it's like, oh, she's clearly crazy.
I was about to say the way she explained it, it didn't even. It sounded like I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt the way she explained it, because she said, well, you said you didn't want to see your dad suffering, and I should take care of him. Like,
and
does that mean kill him? No, I didn't tell you to do that.
Like, it's kind of like I don't know if you remember The Losers. It's
like a little mercenary movie.
Yeah.
I try not to.
I understand, but like, there's a scene there where like the guy's got his goons like putting pressure on some guys on the roof, and he nods to him, so he throws him off the roof. It's like, the heck was that for? You gave me the nod. Not a throw him off the roof nod. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, what you just said did not necessarily mean what you just did.
Right, and not to mention in that situation, at least there was somebody working for him. She was just somebody he met.
Yeah,
and
they were getting high and having sex.
Yeah,
like
she just a skirt, So I mean, so this is pretty much the end for Josh Stowe.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to kind of like make a last ditch. I don't know, like try to grab somebody's gun and run for it, or fight his way out, or something.
Like, and this
kind of quietly went to his fate.
Like, this is kind of the thing about Josh, though, is like he's not really built for.
Well, he's not a fighter. We know this.
Like, he wasn't really built for that life. Like, he finally started getting like for that life just towards the end, but then everything went out of control.
Yeah.
So it's like now it's just like, man, I didn't even want to be here.
Yeah, it's just funny on their car ride to basically die. They kind of fighting, and I forgot what she said. He was like, "We're going to die, you stupid bitch." It's almost like she didn't get it.
Yeah, she was dingy till the end, man.
Yeah, man. And I'm looking like, okay, maybe he can get out of this some way. And then when they went to the damn graves, I'm like, oh my god,
bro.
I thought he was either gonna try to run for it, or he was gonna be begging or whatever.
He might have. Like, because he did have his speech for old boy.
Oh, ain't it been enough killing already?
Yeah.
And the two started laughing like, "Are you serious?"
he actually gave him a bit. He's like, nah. But like, and then Alietta just proving how crazy she is. Like, can you kill him first so that I can watch?
Why she hate him so much? I mean,
it's not that the woman has an obsession with death.
Oh, that could be.
She wanted to see him die. She watched herself get shot in the head in the window.
Oh, that's why she was.
Yes.
Well, you ain't gonna be able to see that. But somebody said that. Now I'm not sure, but she was looking, and the reflection kind of.
It looked a bit off. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. That was that the monster, or whatever.
Like, I think the idea might have been for her to like be seeing herself as she actually is.
Yeah.
But without like some kind of commentary from the creators.
Yeah. So I was expecting Josto. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was expecting Josto to be like I don't know if you've seen Miller's Crossing. It's a Coen's brother movie, but I'm pretty sure you heard this before, where they same situation. They taking some dude to the woods to kill him, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He just steady begging, like, please, look into your heart. Like, have you heard that before? That's a Coen's brother movie. I thought for sure they was gonna use that, but they didn't do it. He didn't really beg. He kind of just tried to maybe talk his way out of it a little bit.
And so like this is one of his personal weaknesses. Is his version of appealing to people is like kind of ordering them around whilst giving them reasons to kill him.
Yeah.
It's like, look, hold up. Hasn't there been enough killing? Like, you and me, come on.
Wow. No, the reason why I did that because that's a Fargo thing to do. They shot him in the middle of his sentence.
But after Alietta's like, can you shoot him first so that I can watch?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
just bow, and and then then they off. Oh yeah, that's the end of them too. So that's one storyline wrapped up. So then I guess Lloyd.
Mm.
Okay, we can wrap up Lloyd and because this was a short episode
Yeah.
actually.
So-
What happened with the whole thing with Lloyd, and the whole syndicate.
Lloyd goes to meet Abel.
No,
And
before that, remember it was gonna go down as Leon had to take out.
Oh, right.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Which
Leon-
we had, because we got to close that up
Leon
too, right?
can't do nothing.
I'm gonna
right.
tell you, but before that though, when they killed Happy, did he say like, "Oh damn"? He said something like that.
It was oh shit.
Yeah, he telling the story, man, just like a, and he tell whatever story.
It's some barbershop story.
Yeah. They laughing and stuff, and then I guess when he see the dude come in, he tell the story like, "Yeah, man," and da-da-da. Oh damn! I was like, for real, y'all.
Like, he had like a solid 3 beat. So and then I was, oh dang! Like they made him country till the bitter end.
So anyway, they took him out. It's tied to loose end. So they have, Leon still, I guess, taking forever to shoot him. I guess he wanted to get closer. Maybe he wanted him to turn around so he could see who's shooting him. And he got his ass killed.
Yeah, got strangled by a big dude.
I forget
whose
his name.
I can never remember.
That's basically Lloyd's
New
muscle.
second.
Yeah, basically his new second. He the only person that pretty much stayed loyal.
Left.
Right, and that was left. So took out Leon, took out Happy, so that is closed up. They took out Justo, so that is closed up. The war is done now.
Yeah.
And as Lloyd said, we can get back to business now. And
However, there were some new conditions to the deal.
it's the Smutnies got their funeral home back.
Right.
And I think pretty much it was not too much else except Lloyd got
The rest of it was all Lloyd's story.
Yeah,
getting wrapped up.
Right. So basically Lloyd's like, let's get back to business. Everybody's out the way. Cool. And Abel was like, okay, well, we just got a couple changes. Check this out.
Like he basically said, now you're gonna like this. You're gonna get a kick out of this.
Did he say that? No, I didn't really say that. He acted like it was like not a big deal.
Like he presented it on some Frank Lucas. That,
right, you're right, but he acted like it was just gonna be something that
just a couple
wasn't
changes.
even gonna just a couple changes.
It's not even gonna affect.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, it's no big deal.
You're taking half
of our business after we just went through all this. Yeah, but see, I was like, basically, he told him that you could probably shoot me, but you got to deal with the whole
and so
syndicate now.
Right, and so this is what like Abel was trying to convince Justo of in the beginning, and couldn't get through his head.
Yeah,
he tried to get it through Dr. Senator's head a little bit too. Was like, it's not just us. This isn't your people versus us. This is your people versus us, and the people that run us and the people that run them.
Right.
It's like,
but see, they was willing to say we'll stay out of it if y'all can handle it in house or whatever. And they never really came in because if they did, there probably wouldn't have been no war because they just a local gang. You know, the Cannon gang was just a local gang. Well, and so basically they said we hooked up with the other syndicate, and we are now a nationwide syndicate. So messing with us is messing with this big nationwide thing.
If you mess with
you
us,
can't do
you
that.
mess with New York. If you mess with New York, you mess with the old families. You mess with the old families, you messing with Italy. You know. So there's no version of this conflict where y'all get to sleep peacefully at night.
Yeah, right. So Lloyd had no choice but to take that. And all this man is gone. He ain't nothing but just like, they probably got 10 guys left. Just like, dude, you can't fight nobody.
Honestly, it's probably a good thing that they lost so much of their business. They probably can't hold on to it.
Not just that, but you lucky you got that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, and I was hoping he had a line say, because I'm got respect for Dr. Senator, I gave you half. We was just gonna take all your stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, okay. And then Lloyd was mad at first, but he kind of.
But I did like the line he did give him.
What's that?
Don't think of it as us taking half. Think of it as us leaving half.
Yeah, I know. And honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got a big syndicate that you can't even mess with. You know, his best bet was to go legitimate. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
He take the little money he made and start some. He could have kept the funeral home or opened up his own funeral chain and let them run, let the Smutnies run it or whatever.
Like, that should have been the start of his new business. You know what? I'm just gonna own funeral
Yeah,
homes.
exactly.
And like
He had other options.
I'm gonna take the cash I got left, because he still got a substantial amount of cash.
Yeah,
Should just take that. Like, hey boys, this crime thing is done. It ain't working out.
right. We going legit.
You know,
You know.
who got anybody willing to run a funeral home? Because I'm gonna go buy me some.
So that's kind of the Fargo ending right there, where it ain't no good ending. Like
Yeah.
you don't get no, oh, we won, we good, we finna ride up to sunset. No, you don't get that.
Right.
It's never a good ending. The bad guys always get they come up as like even as at the end or whatever, but the bad guys always get they come up in
Right.
some way in Fargo. So that's the Fargo thing. You thought you know I won the war and I'm about to go back to making money. Nope. You ain't making half of. You're probably making just enough to cover your damn expenses.
Yeah. I mean, because like even like this was already a bittersweet ending for Loy before the hit.
Yeah. So now we talked about Satchel. So he came home, door was open. So he's like, what? So I look like they came home from church.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he bring his gun to church? But I guess you live that
I
life.
mean,
You got to.
Yeah.
But
House of
anyway,
God ain't safe, man.
he go in there, look like maybe a bowl of cereal. Somebody, they made it look
Mm.
like the Goldilocks. Oh, of course. They've been talking about that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
They did it like the Goldilocks story where somebody be eating porridge.
Somebody been sleeping in my
Somebody, yeah, all that.
Yeah.
And he go upstairs and where somebody was because first Zero was in his bed or whatever.
bed. Right.
So now he was in his bed and, oh, my son is here. So it was like, you know, that was the bad part. Was he lost the business or whatever, but he got his son back. Should be happy
Yeah.
or whatever. So he was kind of happy to the end because he looked at his family together
Yeah.
and he just kind of like, you know what? I got my family. You know, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Until
The dark horse
until we
returns.
forgot about one little thing. We did forget about one little tidbit or one.
Who forgot?
Well, I kind of forgot about her.
I was waiting.
I know I was waiting, but I kind of forgot. That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that she was out there. Zamara, the sister, the aunt.
Yeah.
You know, we knew she was out there somewhere. And so while he looking at his family and loving his family, what she do? Shank him.
Man. Came up right behind him, bent down, make sure he got a good look at her face.
Yeah.
Even like had a little like sup kid moment with Satchel.
Yeah. So and then I was like, if Otis did his damn job, then we would have to worry about this. But that's his fault for trusting Otis to take care of something like that.
Yeah. Like, why would you, man? Why does anyone have Otis doing any work? Like, I get you need a cop.
I don't even see how he became a cop.
Nah.
Not with that condition.
Like, first off, how did he become a cop? Second off, who thought he'd be useful?
Right. I guess they just put him on the cases they don't want to be bothered with. I think that's kind of how they
You know
do.
what? Maybe that's what it is. It's like, hey, man, just give it to Otis.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. So anywho, so Lloyd get killed, and then we knew this is Fargo. You don't get to ride off to the sunset. That's how it always ends in Fargo. I'll tell you. Like, especially they get you where you feel like you got everything, I'm away, everything good, and something to happen. Something just like a chance thing to happen.
Yeah.
And you just, you don't make it or whatever. But it's not the very end. I guess that's the end. But that's not the very end.
Right.
And then they show Satchel growing up as Mike Milligan, as we
Yeah.
all suspected. Did you like that? How they did that?
I mean, just because like the scene doesn't feel like nothing but like just.
That's actually a scene from the season 2, right? Because they got the scene where he's in the back seat and he kind of like, I guess he like checking his gun, but he trying to like see how he gonna pull it out on somebody.
Yeah.
Because it's right before they about to have his meeting or something, and he kind of messing with his gun like, I'm gonna put it out like this, because he's in the back seat kind of doing that or whatever. So there's kind of like a little scene from the second season. And do you think they kind of rubbed it in our face that he was Mike Milligan, or was that cool?
That scene went on too long.
Oh, you thought so?
Like,
it wasn't too bad to me.
I mean,
but-
like,
I mean, I feel you though.
because it feels like they placed it there to be a stinger, but they didn't use it like a stinger.
Yeah, I mean, but see, I think they didn't want everybody asking, "Is that Mike Milligan? Is that Mike Milligan?" Is that we know? Okay, it's Mike Milligan, and this is the reason why it kind of ties with season 2, where Kansas City come to Fargo and they said, "Look, we want to take over because they had a little family that controlled stuff there," and it was this Italian guy and Mike Milligan, and I don't know if the Italian guy supposed to be Zero, but that's kind of like what they showing, like how is this black and Italian guy are these two representatives of this syndicate or whatever.
Right.
So I like the idea, you know, but. Yeah, I didn't really need that, but I feel though because a lot of people didn't want to be left with the question, but we all knew.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad they didn't do something like, you know, what's your name, kid? It's, Satchel. Well, you got to change that. Well, my middle name's Michael. Well, we can't go by canon because you know we got a beef with them. So what you gonna change it to?
Milligan.
Mike Milligan. It's like, no, we good. We don't need them. So thank you for holding back on stuff like that. But that was the end of the season. I mean, that was the end of the season. And I'm thinking they got greenlit for another season. We don't know what it's going to be about, and we don't know what time frame. They usually try to tie it all together.
I mean, unless they want to make the next season like how Satchel gets to the point of like being Mike Milligan, like. We see him as a kid. We've seen him as an adult now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are they going to show like him like learning how to be a criminal? Or?
Yeah, I don't think they need to do that, but I think they could do after season 2 because after season 2, no spoiler, a little spoiler, Mike Milligan lived or whatever, and he completed his little mission at the end or whatever, the task they gave him or whatever. So he thought. When he came back, they was gonna give him this big promotion. And he was talking all this stuff like, you know, they're gonna do this for me. I'm gonna move up, and they probably throw a parade for me. Like he was talking all shit. And he got there, they put him like in a little office cubicle. And they was like, yeah, this is the way things run right now. And they was like, he's like, what? I thought I was gonna. And he's like, yes, it's all about numbers. You check this and this, and it's basically saying that the crime syndicates are now corporations or some shit, and they gave him some little small, crappy looking office. After he did all that work, like he almost died. He did all this, killed so many people, and he thought he was gonna be this big boss, and he was just put in a little cubicle. I know,
dude,
and that was the end of season 2,
dude.
And that was kind of like that's what you get, you know. That's why I said
all
Fargo,
that blood,
right? Fargo always kind of like let you think you're getting away with it, and then at the end, what the hell was it all for, you know?
Dude.
But so what I was getting at
all
is
that dead meat to put that dude in a cubicle.
What I was getting at is later on the next season they could say it could be him now because that was in the 70s.
Right.
Of course, they have to
age him
hold
up.
him up a little bit, you know, which we've seen that good and bad.
yeah.
So, but anyway.
Give him the old
show,
Dr.
man.
Drew, Uncle Drew treatment.
Yeah. I don't want to see that plastic rubbery shit on his face.
Right.
Just give him a grave. Just have him grow his beard out, put a little gray in it. I'm cool. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is Fargo. That's the last episode, man. It was okay. It was just a good wrap up for everything. It was just close up all the storylines, but it wasn't. You know, nothing that was like
everyone
so
lost, but
impressive.
Ethelreda. You know?
Yeah, they got their family. I mean, they got their family funeral home back, I guess. But you know, whatever. They didn't close up the story with the ghost thing.
Nah, that was like.
I didn't even need to see. What were they going to bring, the Ghostbusters? I mean, how are they going to get rid of that? Anyway, so that is our.
That's how they're going to cross it over with American Horror Story.
Yeah, probably some crap like that. Didn't need a supernatural element, but anyway, that's our review for Fargo season 2, episode 11. Pretty good. It was a good show. Good show. The last episode wasn't. It was okay, but the show on the whole is great, and this last season actually was great. But yeah, so that is our review.
Some great characters.